Hello, hello.
Brian's campaigns known for their
I'm trying to do
excellence.
my intro. God damn it! I'm trying to do a whole cool intro and you fuck it up. Hello, hello, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda: Song of the Past. In the last episode, the sages were gathered for the funeral of Princess Zelda, and told of the danger facing Hyrule, that the Yiga in the depths have begun to revive monsters, and the sages were sent to face them. The sages have been given, meanwhile, the sage apprentices have been given an ancient scroll which may point to the location of the ancient lost artifact, the Triforce of Wisdom. And with that, we are joined by the wonderful players. Playing Amber, we have the wonderful Sheebs.
Hello.
Playing Zana, we have Doodlesar.
Hey.
Playing Dinah, we have Jade.
Hey there.
And playing Leaf, we have the interrupting Tristan.
Hi. That was a pretty awesome
Interrupting Tristan?
intro. Oh, fuck.
I love all these doodles.
Interrupting Tristan. Moo.
Alright, also I've updated the table because I now have officially put together thumbnails and stuff. Yay! I don't know if you as the players can see the table or not.
Hey, you know which doodle is my favorite?
Which one? The one who's drawing?
Yes.
Alright, so, when we had left off, you had all gone to rest for the night in Hyrule Castle, and I've since shown all of you pictures of Hyrule Castle. I don't know how many of you saw that in the Discord.
It's pretty cool.
And, so, as you're all waking up, you're all resting within the rooms that were set aside for the sages. So, Dinah, you're waking up in a room that is very much set up as being for Rito, in a nice circular bed with lots of wooden decorations and banners and feathers. Zana, you're waking up in a room very much set up in the Gerudo style with beautiful tapestry hung around and a nice comfy bed that's absolutely covered in plush sand seals, which you've turned into a nest that you're huddled in, as depicted here. I fucking love that drawing. And Amber, you are in the Spirit Sage's room, which is just an absolute fucking mess of sketches and drawings and doodles. And hang on, I want to quickly swap the music we're playing. I forgot to swap off the theme song over to the Castletown theme. Yay. But yeah, so I've, for viewers, since last episode, I've changed how I'm playing the music. It's now coming out of the gaming PC, which means that whenever I'm changing a song, I'm gonna just go ahead and do that. I might do it when I'm checking some of my notes as well, so if I'm ever doing that, assume that it's because I'm tabbed out of Tabletop Sim. Also, my seat is slowly rolling to the side. Yes, the room you're in is just an absolute mess of strewn about books and notes and stuff, and even the parts of the desk and the floor have writing on them. The notes bleed out into every corner of the room. But as you are waking up, Amber, and of course Leaf, you're sleeping in the wine bottle with them.
Oh!
No, in the Highlands. We're now all over the world for their wine.
Believe it or not, I was not gonna make that joke again.
Also, for me, just have been making a lot of Orwell jokes, or not Orwell, Orson Welles.
Yeah. Orwell's a good way to shorten it, though.
Orwell is a entirely different person.
You're absolutely right.
But Leaf, you start to wake up to your bottle sort of shifts a little bit, and Amber, you sort of begin to flutter your eyes awake at the same time, and you both notice that in the room, subtly moving some stuff around, is a handful of Minish. These are things which both of you have become deeply familiar with. Minish are friendly spirits that live all over Hyrule, that only the pure of heart and children are capable of seeing. You've seen them ever since you were young, Amber, and never really grew out of seeing them, and Leaf, as a fairy, you're of course always able to see them. They're small, mouse-sized people. They're like very, very much like... They look mousy, they're mouse height. If somebody would like to, you can Google search what a Minish looks like. I'm not gonna slow down my computer by trying to find a picture of it in the Discord.
It's on your draw.
Hang on, give me a second. I just realized I gotta do something real quick on the side, my bad. But yeah, you notice that there's some Minish who are wearing, like, scraps of, like, what you can tell is the cut-off scraps from the tailors who made the royal gowns. So they're wearing, like, very silky, comfortable clothing, and it looks like they are trying to sort the notes as you are asleep. Like, sort the books and notes in the room.
So they're not that much taller than me.
They're shorter than you. They're like...
Really?
They're like... They're shorter than a four-leaf clover, so they're like an inch tall.
Okay.
And they're wearing like they could wear a thimble as a helmet, is how small they are. In fact, they would probably fall into the thimble a little bit. They're itty bitty little creatures. Or that no, thimble as a helmet makes sense. Like thimbles or acorn caps are what they would wear as or things they could wear as hats. Oh yes.
I found some photos and put them in Discord.
I'm gonna go ahead and show the Discord on stream. Show the Discord on stream.
I'm so sorry.
OBS.
I'm so sorry.
They look like they're...
I'm so sorry.
Are you getting pulled away?
Small.
No, y'all didn't hear that?
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Because Sweet Pea just yapped.
Oh my god.
Oh.
See,
Sweet Pea just barked.
that is what the Minish look like.
Worked.
And I'm going to give a Force Shard to Diana for getting that image. And a quick note for viewers, if you want to know the rules of the system, join the Discord linked down below, and all the rules will exist there, or can be found. But yes, yeah, you can see a couple of them are, like, cleaning the room, or trying to organize the room as you're waking up. Like I said, they are...
Leave your bottle alone!
They see that you woke up, and they sort of, like... They had, like, bumped the bottle as they were trying to move a book, and when they see you reacting, they quickly scurry to try and hide behind things.
But they were trying to recycle me.
Are you here, Sheebs, or did you run away to your dog? Okay. So yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you thinking as you wake up with that sight?
Well, that's a sweet gesture, but I couldn't have waited until I was up.
And they start to, like, poke out from behind their hiding spots, realizing you can see them, because most people can't see Minish. Like I said, only the pure of heart, and they seem, like, surprised that you can see them, and you hear them speaking their unique language that Hylians don't speak, little... like little squeaky gibberish sounds at each other. If anybody would want to try and roll to understand what they're saying, you can, but you don't have to, of course.
I think... Oh, hang on, let me get my notes. I think I could probably decipher their language.
Yeah, because you have a linguist skill, don't you? Yes, you have
that
linguist level 1 and intuition of... Oh, holy fuck, 10. I forgot about that.
I forgot about that too.
You are... for context, intelligence of 10 makes you one of the smartest people in all of Hyrule. And even with that, you only got 1, 2, 3 successes with a dice break. You have 1 skill point. Do you want to turn a 9 into a 10 for a chance at a burst chain, or turn that 5 into a 6 to increase your success count by 1?
I would like to turn that 5 into a 6.
Hang on, before you dedicate to that, I'm gonna quickly let you know. It is a level 5 check to translate the Minish language.
And how many successes
You're
do I have?
currently at 4 minus 1.
Can I help?
Yes, you can help. Do you have a linguist skill? You do not, so it's pure intelligence for you. Oh wait, I just remembered. Hold on, Leaf. You have your your linguist book, don't you?
Yes.
Your scroll of languages. So that actually means you're rolling with advantage, which means you're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes minus 1. So if you turn this 4 into a 5, you'd be passing.
All right, let's do it then.
Do you still want to roll to help for the experience, Amber?
No.
Okay.
Appreciate it though.
Let me quickly. You passed a linguist check, so I'm going to use tiny force shards to represent things that you will be able to level up with a rest.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, the next time you perform a long rest, we will do leveling rolls. Is what this is right here.
Good.
Because you get 1 for this, for your intuition. And 1
And
for
so once we
your-
rest, will we be able to up that by like 1 or something?
Yeah, so the way leveling works, as a refresher, is that the next time you have a long rest, or when your character rests, it is for every 2 hours of rest you have, you can pick 1 skill that is marked with a force shard, and you do a skill check in that, and if you pass that skill check, you level it up.
All right.
That's how you ambiently level in this setting. But yeah, so you, like, you know, you're able to roughly understand what they're saying. They're, like, expressing shock at a Hylian who isn't a member of the royal family being able to see them, and how, you know, sort of how uncommon that is. And then one of them's pointing out, it's like, well, she has a fairy accompanying her. Of course she must be a good person. You know, and like they seem like they went from scared, like in the conversation of that, they go from scared to sort of elated. And you see several of them sort of scurry onto the bed as you're starting to wake up, and they start like stitching holes in your clothing, and a couple of them go over and start lacing up your shoes for you. Because they're, you know, the Minish tradition, so what you would know from tradition, this is sort of like a story you tell little kids, because most people don't believe the Minish are real. It's like, oh, if you're a good kid and you leave out gifts for the Minish, they will do things in return for you, like help you with little menial tasks around the home. You know, it's sort of like the kind of thing, like, you know, tell your kids to be good, and good things will happen to them, to have behaving children. Except, you know, the Minish are real.
Can I,
Oi.
one of the ones that's sort of lacing my shoes, can I reach down and very gently scoop one up in my hands?
Yes, and it will let you do that. Sort of like, whoop, giving a little surprised look.
What's all this talk about you being a member of the royal family?
Oh no, they're surprised that one who isn't part of the royal family can see them.
Oh.
So, you know, that immediately tells you that the princess and the queen can see them.
And I want to, like, lean in and sort of nuzzle the tip of my nose against their little...
Oh, they give you a little hug and nuzzle back.
Such cute little fellers.
Yeah, cute.
Oh, don't get jealous now, Leaf.
I'm not jealous. I mean, no offense, but you know, your big face kind of scares me sometimes.
then you see one of them is underneath, or in the little space between the bed frame and the mattress, and they pull out a single rupee and they look over to you and start waving it in the air at you, Leaf.
Okay, maybe they're not so bad.
That's another myth, is when you find spare change on the ground, people are like, oh, a gift from the Minish is the thing people say when they find it. Because when people lose money, the Minish are the ones who help you find it. That one rupee, do you want to...
I squeeze out of the bottle and I fly over to him. What color?
It's a single green rupee. Do you want to add it to your wallet or absorb it?
Well, it is around breakfast time, so Amber, would you mind if I if I help myself a little?
Well, they're giving you the rupee. You do whatever you want with it.
So
well, all right. And then I absorb it.
So you suck the energy out. It goes from its vibrant green down to a dull black as you grow a single millimeter in height. Do you want to hold on to the valueless rupee and put it in your wallet, or are you gonna chuck it aside?
I'm gonna give it back to the little Guga. I already forgot what they're called.
Minish.
Minish.
Look at these Gugas.
Right, that's what we're calling them.
Gugas.
Legend of Zelda, the Guga cap.
Here, get yourself something nice. Whoa! I start like flexing at like the new millimeter that I just gained.
Also, I'm giving both of you a shard for the Legend of Zelda, the Guga cap.
Thank you, Jade. I don't think I would have gotten that without you.
Somebody please Photoshop that for me. But yeah, and from that we're then going to cut to the next room, which Zana, you are slowly coming to within your waking up inside the big nest of plush toys that you have. You pop your head out, one of them rolling off, you stretch. Would you be doing anything in the morning before leaving your room of note?
I get up and I I'm staying there. I'm tired.
Just
Stretch.
Tired.
grumpy, tired sounds.
But I need to count my blessing, stretch, and then I fight somebody. Anything.
Can you walk us through Zana's morning exercise?
We don't need to do that.
Does she sing a little stretching song?
So yeah, you go through your stretches and then get ready to head out, and the same thing goes to Dinah. So the reason none of you are seeing Minishes, just as a outside note, it's because your rooms don't need Minish assistance. Your rooms are clean.
Oh, so they hate you.
Dinah, is there anything of note in
Okay,
your morning routine?
I guess is my mouse with me through all of this, or are they not
Yes.
part of here yet?
Your what was her name? Mike.
Mike.
Mike. Your mouse Mike is in fact with you. I tried to get like a 3D model of a mouse, because there's 3D models of some of the things in the Zelda series, but nobody's done a Zelda mouse 3D model.
Really?
A lot of enemies have been imported, but not the mice.
But
I draw the mice.
I'm imagining it looks very much like the Wind Waker mice, as I would assume. A little guy with big ears that someone can stand on 2 legs if they want to.
Kind of, yeah. But also with like a little mask that makes them look like a bomb chew when they wear it.
Oh, that's adorable.
I need to actually draw a mic.
There you go. I drew Mike for you.
I saw the
Yeah,
tail,
so-
and for a second I was like, did you give him a baguette?
Huh?
No.
Yeah, how did
Yeah,
you
so
come to my there? So you have like a little pouch for Mike that sits on your belt when you're traveling, but
Mikey Mouse.
currently they're just curled up and like resting on the side of the bed with you.
yeah, I figured eventually at some point in the night they started sleeping on Dinah's chest.
Nice.
Excuse me, I still at the tail end of a cold. Yeah, the Rito beds are sort of like completely round is something of note compared to other people's beds. They sleep in like they sleep in like rounded hammock type beds, but you sitting in it, it's like stretching
Oh.
and touching the ground.
This is what the mouse looks like.
Yeah,
What
Oh,
a chunky boy.
it's not the most comfortable, but it's a place to sleep. And after downing most of a bottle of wine, Dinah needs that.
Yes. I forgot about
Oh,
that. You are mildly hungover.
Yeah, I was gonna say all that to say she doesn't feel great when she wakes up. No stretching for her. Mostly just kind of
Oh.
shambling around her room.
Yeah.
Petting Mike, of course.
Brushing some knots out of your thick hair real quick in the morning.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Meanwhile, in the other rooms, Ofsala is waking up and, very delicately stretching and making his way to a mirror where he's gonna brush out knots in his long silvery hair. In the next room, Ruto is waking up, starting her day, and she's beginning to lightly polish her scales and make sure that she looks nice and proper. And in the last room, Darunia is still fast asleep, snoring like a rumbling volcano. Before suddenly a big snot bubble he has pops and he sits up. Ugh. Morning. Stepping off the bed with a thump that shakes the whole room as well as the adjacent rooms. All of you begin to exit your rooms at about the same time. To the smell of a breakfast prepared. And you all make your way out, and your rooms are like directly below where the gazebo park area you all were was. But as you're exiting your rooms, some staff members would direct you all to go up there, where a table has been set up in the grassy field with a nice, big breakfast spread for all of you.
Yes, good.
As you all begin eating, sorry, adjusting myself. One of the, royal assistant people come over and they're like, a message from the princess and the queen a message from the princess for all of you. They sent word to, Shika Village. They sent word to Kokoriko Village that the Spirit Sage was free to go into their mission in the depths. And word has been sent ahead to the Zonai Academy to be expecting all of you. But the princess wanted to let all of you know that there isn't too much of a rush on your journey. That if you need to divert it for any reason to help the people of Hyrule, you're free to. It's your duty as sages to help all of the people, after all. Anything you can do to help the folks is very much appreciated by the princess. Breakfasts have been laid out for all of you. You're all free to spend as much time as you need to here, but the princess is hoping that you'll all set off for your journey before the end of the day. They head off as the food is laid out, and Opsala looks and he's like, a fantastic breakfast for all of us, as there's like, pancakes and waffles and roasted chicken around for breakfast, chicken and eggs, or I should say roasted cocoa and eggs, as well as because cocoa is the Hyrulean equivalent of a chicken, as well as set aside a small handful of cooked fish and a pile of stone of little marbly looking stones, which Darunia goes right for and starts munching as Rudo starts eating the fish. As you're all eating, Opsala is like, we should probably make sure that we're well equipped before our journey. The castle town is sure to have all of the resources we need. Perhaps once we're done eating, we can all set off on our own, doing whatever shopping we need, and then get back together by noon by the southern. Excuse me. Get together by noon at the southern gate of Castletown. Or perhaps you should convey at the fountain afterward.
Okay, sounds good to me.
This is an NPC giving ideas. If you all have your own ideas or suggestions, you're of course free to say what you feel.
I completely forgot what that lady's message was.
What the person who just talked to you?
Yeah.
Basically letting you know that word has been sent out to all the people you need to go to, but that you're free to take your time if there are other reasons you may need to help the people of Hyrule. Basically, this is me telling you you're not on a time crunch mission. You're free to side quest and wander around and do other things. This campaign is a full open world campaign, and while you don't have a map yet, you will be getting maps as the adventure goes. But this is going to be a free open world campaign. You are allowed to do what you want. In fact, as was noted by the fact that you could do this as a with a level 15 skill check, or not level 15, level 10, I think, or no, it was 15, which I made intentionally super hard. You could have fully skipped phase 1 of the journey and begun figuring out what this scroll means immediately. It's worth noting that this scroll in the image is just like the first in a set of them. This is the first scroll, and then there's another scroll that is for each one of these images, with these images as the header. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 additional scrolls, so 10 total. The other ones will all have the first one has this symbol at the top along with a bunch of text under it. Then this symbol at the top with a bunch of text under it. God, this is adorable. That's a point for you.
Is just sketches just to get ideas down, but
yes,
these, at least for now, this is Mike.
I love Mike. Mike and Dinah.
The first one is Mike. The second one is Mike with his Bombchu hoodie on.
As you're all eating breakfast, Mike is gonna peek up and try and carefully creep over and grab some berries and then scurry back without being seen.
Oh, I saw that, Mike.
As you say that, something goes flying over and bumps you in the head as Mike threw a little pebble at you to shut you up.
Oh!
Yeah, you tell him, Mike.
And there's now a cherry tomato stuck on my head, and I'm trying to get it off.
Yes, it was a cherry tomato. That's such a better idea. That's a star first charge for Lee.
Amber, you have to keep me away from Lord Denethor.
Amber's gonna scoop a few berries off of her plate and put them where Mike can get them.
Yes. So Mike sat under the table eating.
You probably should get some more supplies.
Probably for the best. Never know what could be out there.
One of the servants off to the side is gonna say, all of the resources, or You're all free to go where you need to here in the castle. And in the lower section where the guards are, hang on. You're all free to go where you need to here in the castle. Rooms of interest to you, The only real room of interest to you up here on the upper level, though, would likely be the library, where you can try and research for your journey. In the lower levels, where the guards are, I'm sure you could train in your fighting, or train to freshen up your fighting skills a little bit. And the quartermaster may be willing to part with some of his weapons and armor. Other than that, you'd likely have to go to Castletown for supplies.
You mean he'd just be willing to give it to us?
Words.
A yes or no question.
Sorry, I'm a little frazzled today. I had a very long day. They might be willing to part with some of the more simplistic equipment. You'd have to talk with the quartermaster directly. So...
Huh?
I was gonna say, is there any... sorry, you go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you first.
I was gonna ask if there was any discussion all of you wanted to have, or are you all ready to start moving forward? So, what did you want to say, Leaf?
Well, we can get you armored up and save some rupees.
Potentially.
What was that you said?
Potentially.
Heavier armor will have its downsides, though, Opsala says. More protection is always helpful for keeping you safe, but it'll always slow you down. And that is me noting, once armor gets over a certain threshold of defense, it will begin applying debuffs to certain actions for you guys. Yeah, so what armor you wear will matter situationally.
Someone should definitely read books in the library. I don't like reading, so I'm gonna go train.
I could try and see about learning a little bit more about these scrolls, Opsala says.
Please.
Yeah, I could take a crack at him too. Also wouldn't hurt to probably get myself a weapon and get some training with that weapon before we go.
He nods. So
and can we have some of this food to go? I wink at Amber.
Hey.
Shoot, that's right. I don't have a phone currently.
I think Mike's gonna take food whether or not someone says yes.
Yes. So this is based off the world of Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, and there are in fact like hundreds of recipes in the Tears of the Kingdom world. Yeah, there's crepes. I forgot it's not pancakes. You guys are eating crepes.
Not troves.
Come on, I'm trying to get.
Leaf is also going to try and take a crack at the scroll again.
Oh, I will. I will allow that. You can do one check on it per day. Hang on, I'm trying to find. Here we go. A list of all the foods. Yeah.
I mean, everyone else is going to. Oh yeah.
I'm curious of what foods are present in the. There's a lot of rices and stews and just cooked meat meals. I'm scrolling through the foods that exist in the world. Oh, they do have omelets in Hyrule. So there are omelets here.
Yeah.
And honey-covered fruits. There's various types of crepe and they have nut cake. There's nut cake and carrot cake here at the breakfast table as well, and a fruit pie. Egg tarts. There's of course glasses of milk.
We eat my honey-covered fruit.
God, I am learning how little fucking foods I cooked when I was playing Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, scrolling through this list.
More like Bread of the Wild.
Alright, oh man. There's a lot of cool recipes here. So yeah, you guys had. Oh my God, there's pizza.
No way!
Oh yeah, that's right. In Tears of the Kingdom, you go on a whole quest to unlock the ability to make pizza. Because in the game, initially there's no cheese, and you help somebody discover the ancient lost recipe of cheese.
Not even Wednesday.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, you help them discover the lost art of cheese making. And then you unlock a bunch of cheese-based recipes, including pizza.
What did he say? He said, "Blessed are the cheesemakers."
Mm-mm. Alright, sorry, let me get back to the tabletop room. So you wanted to go to the library for Dinah and Leaf. You all wanted to do a crack at the scroll again?
Yeah.
Alright, because you're in the library, Arhan, what are Zana and Amber gonna do? I assume, Amber, you're gonna go where Leaf wants to go, right? To help them study?
Yeah.
Yeah. Daronia's like, well, while you're all researching that, I'm gonna go look at what toothpicks you all call weapons. As he, gets up to head off. Zana, what are you doing? You're gonna go down to the combat area?
Yes.
I wish I could see the look on his face when he tries to pick up my toothpick.
Oh, he picked up one of your weapon. He picked up your weapon already last session, if you recall. He respected it. He liked it, but he was a little thrown off by how light it was. Rudo is going to go with Dinah and Leaf and Osfala. So, let's see here. What is your intelligence? Your intelligence is also 10. Holy shit. We have
Really?
two super geniuses here.
Hell yeah.
We're smart.
Amber's at a 9. I'm so sorry, Zana.
We are so smart.
What?
SMRT.
Why you
I mean
being-
SMART.
You're at the very low end of average. You're just shy of being considered dumb.
What do you mean?
3 intelligence.
That's why I don't go reading. I fight.
Alright. So, let's do... So, you're all going to roll at 2 levels of advantage right now. Because you have, you're in the Hyrule Library, you're all working together. So, that's all adding up to make you roll at a significant advantage. As you make your way to the library... So the path to the library is you leave the little courtyard near the gazebo where you are through a path that leads back around the back end of the castle underneath the main facade of the castle. So you're still on the exterior, but it's a little walkway that protrudes out the back below where the main castle is. And as you go there, you see there's a little hill that has a garden set up on it and a statue of the goddess on it. Does anybody want to stop at that, or do you want to just press on toward the library?
Do I recognize the goddess?
The goddess Hylia? Of course, it is the main goddess of the Hyrule culture. Every sentient creature in Hyrule is familiar with Hylia. The protector goddess, the fourth sister. The basics, a quick version of the creation myth and the religion is that in the beginning, the goddesses of Din, Neru, and Ferora created Hyrule, and when they left this land, they left the fourth sister, Hylia, behind to defend the people. And according to ancient myth, long ago, when the demon lord Demise arose, Hylia, to defeat him and seal him away, split herself in 2. In one form, she became a spiritual form that overwatches the land and gives blessings of protection to travelers. And in the other form, she became physical and mortal, birthing the lineage of the royal family. So every single female in the royal family is an incarnation of the goddess Hylia.
I take a small moment to just bow to the statue.
Yeah, flutter up and sort of kneel before it.
Yeah.
Does anybody else go over with them as that's happening?
Amber's gonna go.
Dinah will go.
All right. You all kneel and utter a prayer to the goddess Hylia. You know, there's no real, like, specific prayers you're supposed to give. There isn't... Hyrule doesn't have a very heavy scripture. Even, like, there is religious buildings and stuff, but they're more so just a quiet place for you to reflect and think. So they have prayer, but they don't have specific prayers you're meant to incite. You just pay your respects however you see fit, kind of thing. You notice growing all around the goddess's statue is a collection of silent princess flowers, one of the rarest flowers in Hyrule. And the whole garden itself is actually chock full of various flowers all planted throughout it beautifully.
I would have loved to grow up in a garden like this.
With that, do y'all move on and make your way down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you go down through a doorway in that hill that takes you into a hall that then moves through and you arrive at the library.
I don't have to
And-
write this down, do I?
No.
Good.
The library is absolutely massive. It's 2 stories tall, in air quotes, and like there's 2 floors, but each single floor is as tall as 2 normal building floors. With like incredibly tall rows of books, and they have ladders on wheels that they can roll around for you to check out different books. And inside, just a handful of staff, like castle staff, are going around and dusting it and keeping it looking nice. You know, right away, Ofsala is gonna start trying to look for supplies or stuff to help you read and translate this. It's worth noting that you can also use this location to research anything you would like, anything you feel necessary to try and translate.
Is this
Or
the
not
first
translate, but
library we've all been to?
The Zonai Academy would have had an extensive library as well. But for Dinah and Zana, well, Zana's not going, but for Dinah, this is probably the first time you've seen a library in person. You've seen books before, but never a
Yeah.
library.
Just a little heads up, you're not usually supposed to talk in one of these places, so just a little heads up before going inside.
Oh. Okay.
So,
I don't
for
get it. Why? Like, when you want to talk about all the stuff you're gonna find in here?
I don't know, humans, they're very easily Hyruleans are very easily distracted, and they can't listen, they can't read while someone else is talking within earshot.
Generally speaking, you're meant to be quiet in a library. Although seeing as to the fact that we're all the only ones here studying, I don't think anyone would mind us talking about our research.
Research.
So you need at least 15 successes to succeed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because you have 2 degrees of advantage. So you got 8, which isn't enough. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 2, you got 4.
So even with our stuff combined, it's not enough.
Yeah, you are searching through the books, and what it really comes down to is they don't seem to have any books dedicated to translating this ancient Hylian tongue.
Did you already use my
Oh,
my
that's right.
advantage?
You would have a 3rd advantage from your scroll of language, which means anything 3 and up is a success for you, so it still doesn't change anything. Oh, and if I applied your skill point, hang on. Still not enough, because you need 50. You've got
Can I
9
use
successes when you need 15.
star points?
You can use your star points.
Yeah. I'll use as many star points to turn the 2 into a 3.
stamina, wake up from conscious, untap an ability. Hang on. Oh yeah, I think I'm missing. You are supposed to just be able to put star points into dice at a 1-to-1 level. So, I don't know why that's not written down here. I can't believe... When I was writing all these notes, I must have missed that one. So for 1 star point, you turn that into a 3. But you would still be failing because you need 15 successes.
How many successes?
How many would we have?
You're at 10 so far, Leaf.
And
that's one of you alone needs to get 15. You can't combine your success count. You working together is why it's 2 levels of advantage. So as a team, you're both able to roll and roll advantage. You want to turn these 9s into 10s?
Yes.
All right. So boom. That's 2 force shards used for another success. And then another force shard used. Oh my god, you're now at 12 of 15 needed.
Alright, I'm gonna use 2 more to
get another D10.
Yeah.
This is exactly what force shards are meant for. You're at 13 out of 15 needed. Gonna turn this 8 into a 10?
Yep.
Oh, you're at 14 out of 15 needed. Turn another 8 into a 10?
Yep.
You're about to skip phase 1 of the campaign. Oh no, it's okay. With that, with extensive research, you are all able to learn what the text translates to.
Oh, I've got such a headache.
So you're all researching super hard, but Leaf, you're the one who starts to put together. So like, part of what makes this so hard is like, the characters. Many of the characters are familiar to Hylian, but specifically older forms of Hylian, and they're slightly different in the way they're written, and they're not always arranged the way you expect because language just evolves over time, and especially with how old this version of the language is and how Hyrule, for context, Hyrule is in the recovery from an apocalypse that happened 200 years ago, so a lot of old knowledge was lost. But when you're able to translate that these are each, on this front scroll, each of these are a name. Eagle, moon, cross, snake, dragon, or hang on, snake, lizard, dragon, demon, lion, and birth of death are what each of them translate to.
Eagle, moon, cross. Wait, so it's exactly what they look like.
Yes, but
you mean I needed a 15 to figure that out?
That is just this front page. As I mentioned, there's 9 additional pages with each one of them being dedicated to them, and what you are able to deduce, you've just translated all of the scrolls more or less. It is a series of limericks or riddles that are meant to give you a hint as to the locations of the dungeons. Now, of that note and this is sort of you explaining this to all of the others, is what, like, as I'm telling you this, the hard thing about trying to translate a limerick or a riddle is, it's not like in the children's stories where you can take an ancient language and translate it to our modern one and it all still rhymes and fits together perfectly. The same word can mean multiple things depending on the context you put it in. Even this, which says cross, this one single letter meaning cross, has several meanings to it, which is part of what made this all so hard to understand. But you are able to roughly translate what they all are. So the eagle one, so this you all might want to start writing down. Like, I'm telling y'all, get something to write down. Write these down as I'm reading them to you. For the scroll of the eagle, it says, Where the ancient tree stood in the lonely lake. That you think, or maybe it's either where the ancient tree stood in the lonely lake or the lonely lake of the ancient tree.
Good. Where the ancient tree stood in the lonely lake?
Or in the lonely lake of the ancient tree. It's vague and hard to understand, but the vibe you're getting is that the eagle can be found where either a lonely tree is in a lake or a lonely lake is with a tree. Something along those lines. A tree and a lake connected is where you can find the eagle.
Okay.
For the moon... So I'm now going through into... So, like, this was all stuff you guys were supposed to go to a whole other location to get translated. So, like I said, you've just successfully skipped phase 1 of the campaign. For the moon... hang on. I need to throw on the blinder real quick to tab into parts of my notes. Sorry, one moment. Ba-ba-bum. It says something about in Pharaon's spring or the spring of Pharaon, the moon reflects or something along those lines.
Aaron?
Yes.
What?
Pharaon, you would know, would be spelled F-A-R-O-N. Pharaon is a,
Can you repeat that?
in the spring of Pharaon or in Pharaon's spring, the moon reflects or the moon can be found. And you guys know that Pharaon, here's the Amber, you came from the Pharaon grasslands in the Pharaon
Right.
region of Hyrule.
Can someone type out what he says? Because I'm half asleep and I'm not fucking following.
Yeah, that's why I've told you guys to take notes of this.
What do you think I'm doing?
Okay.
I
I'm trying to take
perfectly-
notes, but I it's
Yeah, we're
slipping out of my head.
All good.
yeah.
Reflect.
We could probably like
and
share what we type in the Discord chat.
Yes, you
Yes,
can all
please.
share this with each other. Yeah, we're getting to the fun part of puzzles.
I didn't sleep well last night.
I understand.
No,
I
you're
hug.
and it is midnight.
I also
Yeah,
love that you're
I'm
kind of
kinda
saying this in character accent a little bit.
Ah, fuck! I'm getting stuck. Damn it!
Puzzle.
It's not a character accent. It's my actual accent that I tend to keep hidden.
Is
Wait,
it
you
really?
actually have this as
Yeah.
an accent? That is adorable.
Yes.
I don't think you don't need to hide it with us, Sheeps.
Yeah.
I've just been told that I sound stupid when I let my accent out,
No, you don't.
so I
What?
tend not to.
Why
It's
would you
just-
listen to
it's just a
someone
southern
who calls you
accent.
stupid?
Listen, southern accents are adorable.
And when I'm tired, I tend to slip into it more often.
No, I love your southern accent. But now, the next one
Yeah.
for the cross.
Yeah, and I'm also really British.
It's either in Satori's Overlook or where Satori looks. Or where the horse rears at Satori. It's one of those three. Again, the language can be interpreted multiple ways. Is where you can find the cross.
And how do you spell Satori?
Satori is Satori.
S-A-T.
Ori.
I keep missing the last part. I missed the last part of moon and cross. It's getting worse. Fuck.
I hold.
Don't worry. We're writing it down and we will share it in the
Thank
chat.
you.
Yeah.
I'm just so sleepy.
I hold.
I'm so sorry.
It's understandable. Yeah.
So for
I think I'm running on like 6 hours of sleep, if that.
Oh Jesus! Wait, I mean, actually,
Oh.
6 hours of sleep is about as much I get.
I'm used to sleeping longer than that, and the sleep I got wasn't the best because Sweet Pea decided to be nice.
That's why you're also called sleepy.
You're not the. She's not the one called Sleepy. We've been over this.
Fuck. Never mind.
Sleepy's another one of our friends that you haven't interacted with much.
Okay.
The snake is either the snake dwells, or the snake sleeps, or the snake swims, within Hylia, or within the tiers of Hylia. It's hard to tell exact. Again, multiple translations, multiple iterations.
I'm only writing down one translation.
All right. And then next one would be the dragon. And the notes on the dragon are, hang on. Ow. Oh no, sorry, the next one would be the lizard, not the dragon. I almost skipped one.
I just.
Sorry.
Let me just erase that.
Yeah, the note of the lizard is where the lizard's gaze meets, or where the lizards meet. But you're fairly sure this one is where the lizard's gaze meets. This one is actually one of the easier to translate.
The gay lizards.
Where the gay lizards
Where-
meet.
Where the lizard's gaze meets?
Yes.
Hello,
Is that-
you.
Lizards plural or lizard singular?
Lizards plural.
Oh, we're more than halfway through.
Next one is the dragon. It's either where the wise ones rest, or where the sages rest, or where the magic users rest.
Where
It's one of those three.
wise magic stages.
Yes, if you want to use all three interpretations.
Well, damn, we're gonna. I don't have a photographic memory, Brian.
Well, that's why I told you to take notes.
I'm doing it.
I know you are, I hug.
I only have time to write down one version.
Let me know when you're ready for the demon.
Also, in case you were wondering, I screamed because I have a dog in my lap now.
Yeah, baby.
Why would that make you scream? That sounds amazing.
Because she ran from across the fucking room and leaped at me.
That's fair, yeah. When you suddenly have a dog in your lap, screaming makes sense.
I suppose.
I wasn't expecting her to jump at me.
Well,
And now she's on the bed.
Jesus. Alright, I'm ready, Brian.
The next one is
Or the demon, you said?
yes, for the demon. It says where, so this one it's where woods or forest, again multiple translations, meets death and water, or meets death and river, is where the demon lies, or where the demon sleeps. Yeah, I didn't want to just give you guys, like, riddles or, like, a verbatim explanation, so, like, this is a kind of intentionally layered puzzle.
Because riddles were so easy to begin with. All right, I'm ready for the next one.
Deep within the roof of
Wait, which one
Wait.
is this?
Oh, sorry.
Wait.
This is the lion. Yes, sorry. For the lion, this is either deep within the roof of Pharaon, or deep within the canopy of Pharaon. The lion slumbers.
The lion sleeps tonight. Another Pharaon one.
And then the very last one.
Wait.
And while we're waiting, just as a reminder, you guys already know that the purpose of these notes is that these are meant to guide you to where you can find the lost treasure of the Triforce of Wisdom.
Ooh, treasure.
Treasure.
Nice.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Uh,
Same here.
And it's Death was born.
Wait, is this for the skull?
Yes. The birth of death is what the skull was labeled as.
Right.
And it is Death was born where the rock sees. Or it is Death was born where the rock stares. Either way, this one is another one that is fairly easy to translate the meaning of. Or the direct translation of, I should say.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that all of them?
Yep.
Oh, thank
So,
goodness.
congratulations, you have successfully skipped the entire first phase of the campaign.
Okay.
Which,
Everyone-
again, is not a bad
Oh.
thing. That's actually a
Oh my
very, congratulations-worthy moment.
Thank
Jade, I
you.
love you. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Was there a drawing made?
No.
Okay. Oh, Jade's amazing notes. Yes. So yeah, you spend a lot of time here, but you're able to translate all of the scrolls to mean that.
Say, aren't you glad I decided to go with you?
That's certainly something, little one, Ofsala says.
Good idea, Sheeps.
You pinned it.
I sure did. Also, talking like Amber is gonna be real fucking easy this session.
Yes.
Oh,
That certainly wasn't an easy translation. Now
No,
we
I
just
have
need to deduce.
Such a headache. My eyes hurt. Ah.
Now we just need to figure out what all of this actually means.
oh.
So I'll let you guys think about that for a moment as we cut to Zana, who's decided to go do some training.
Yes.
So Zana, you go to the gatehouse, the elevator gatehouse at the edge of the what's the word? The mesa that the castle sits upon, or the shroom-shaped rock, and you go in and they lower the elevator for you. You ride it down. Your hair, kind of because when this goes down, when it goes up, it's like a steady trip up. When it goes down, it's basically just falling until right near the end where the fans activate to slow it. But you make it all the way down to the bottom, and so to describe the bottom area a little bit better, the main area where the elevator is, that sits between the elevator gatehouse and the entry gatehouse, is a big open field where they've set up training dummies and combat training. And underneath the castle, so the castle is surrounded by a moat, and then you get onto the main island, and inside the island is another lake that serves like a secondary moat to the pillar that the castle is upon. And in that secondary moat, you can see they've set up an obstacle course that soldiers are currently trying to run through. And then, you know, past the second gatehouse is like an area where you're almost completely walled in for a good bit before you start to turn and go downhill to the main gates to where that leads to Castletown is. And so as you come down, a number of the guards all look to you, you know, sort of a few of them murmuring at each other, because, you know, they've never seen anything that quite looks like you. And you can see who you presume to be the man in charge, because he has the largest feather coming out of his armor, or out of his helmet, and his armor has golden trim on it. Do you want to like go and talk to him?
Yes.
What do you say when you approach?
Excuse me, sir, with a funny hat. I would like to trade.
He looks over to you, and he sort of like looks you up and down. You must be the lightning sage apprentice we heard about.
That is correct.
I understand why we were warned to be careful not to attack you. Look like one of the monsters from the depths.
Yeah.
No offense.
No offense taken, I am fearsome.
You wanted to spar with one of the soldiers?
Yes.
All right. Combat tutorial time. Hang on. Oh shoot. Hang on. I have wires stuck. Alright, yes. Combat tutorial time. Adjust my mic. I'm sitting up. Alright, so. As we end, you know, he arranges for you to battle one of the other guards who is armed with a spear. And hang on, I have music for this. I prepped music for this one, for this scenario. So, how much experience do you have fighting, Zana? The captain says.
A long time. I fight all time. My whole life depends on it.
Well, let's start simple. Start with a training dummy before you fight the other. Show me what you got. Give me your best attack. And so with that, I assume you're going to be using your scimitar, right?
Yes.
So your scimitar is a nimbleness-based weapon, so give me a nimbleness attack utilizing your scimitar skill. Yeah. Wait. Scimitar skill is...
You called it dagger. You
Wait.
gave it to me as a dagger.
Oh, yes, because you have the small Gerudo scimitar. Yes, I remember which one. That's right, because the bigger ones they call, I think, like, Great Scimitar or something. So yeah, what the scimitar you're using looks like is it's just a single blade. Like, basically take a crescent moon and cut it in half. That is what the blade is curved like. And then it's like a ornate golden handle.
Okay.
So to adjust how many you roll, hit the plus or minus till this number here matches your nimbleness, which is 10. And then you click the number.
Okay.
That automatically rolls the dice, and then it will automatically sort them by level. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 successes right now, and you have level 1 in the dagger skill, right? Yep. So, do you want? I assume you're gonna turn this 4 or this 5 into a 6 for another success, right?
Yes.
And so with that, you've just done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. So that means you're gonna do 5 damage plus 2 because of the damage buff from the weapon. So whatever your success counts plus the weapon is the damage you dealt. So you go over and you deal that much damage, and he nods. A powerful strike. Of course, if your enemy was armored, that would have reduced how much you hurt it. Alright.
Nonsense. I always strike true.
No. But now I believe... I believe those Gerudo scimitars are special in a certain way, aren't they? Now, every single weapon, if you have training in that weapon, has a secondary effect that takes place. And if we look at the Gerudo scimitar, it's when you attack with this weapon, you can immediately attack again, and then this card gets tapped. So let's do that right now and roll a second attack. And this second attack plays out just like the first one. These 10s are bursts. Whoops. So we're going to get 2 more 10s out here, or 2 more dice out here and roll them. That's another success there. Would you like to use your skill points to turn that 9 into a 10, or turn that 5 into a 6?
6.
Alright. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes, minus 1, meaning you've just dealt 7 damage to it, plus 2, brings it to 9, because plus 2 from the weapon. Now, of note is, if the enemy's defense roll is higher than your attack roll, you just deal a flat-out 0 damage. The bonus damage of your weapon is only applied if you successfully hit your target. Now that you've done that, let's see you give a charge attack. And with this, I'll quickly explain how a charge attack would go. To do a charge attack, on turn 1, you declare that's what you're doing, and then you give up a stamina from your stamina wheel up here. Then on your next turn, you perform an attack like normal. But the charge effect takes, in the case of your scimitar, all enemies who are in the same stage as you would be attacked by the attack. With the scimitar, it's sort of like you're spinning around with a rapid slash in all directions. Like a little tornado of blades. Now, in this case, we're not going to bother playing out the full roll, because I'm just explaining how that all works. And one more note is that before you roll, in combat, you can declare that you're utilizing stamina. So, if you would normally roll 10, you can say, I want to use 1 stamina on this attack to roll an extra die. And you can do that as much as you want. But when if you want to refill your stamina, you need to use the catch your breath action. When you catch your breath, you can choose, or when you catch your breath, you're able to refill your stamina. A single breath catch is enough to fully refill, or no, sorry, it doesn't fully refill. When you catch your breath, you roll 1 die and you regain that much stamina. So in this case, you would have regained 3, so if you had used 4, you would still have 1 knocked inside. Additionally, you can instead of refilling your stamina, you can use a catch your breath to untap up to 3 tapped cards. So if you have, let's say if you in combat had tapped this ability, tapped this ability, and tapped this ability, 1 breath catch untaps all 3. Does that make sense?
Yes.
There's one more effect you can have with the catch your breath. If you are already at full stamina and catch your breath, if you had damage, you can refill 1 heart with a catch your breath action. That one is one that I am trepidatiously considering removing, but it's a carryover from the main Heart of Action rule set. I've just nerfed it slightly for this setting, but yeah, that you can use it to heal hearts and get yourself back in the action a little bit. With that combat tutorial out of the way, would you like to try and combat one of the guards? If you do this, none of the skill checks here actually provided you benefits because you were just fighting a training dummy. But if you choose to fight a guard, you will be able to get the star points marked. And if you don't want to actually play out the combo, force points marked. If you don't want to play out the combat, we can just sort of skip it. Because I understand if you don't want to do a whole fight against just a town guard.
You right there. You look like a mighty opponent.
The guard looks it up like, huh? like point, that whole like looking around and pointing at himself thing, like me.
Yes.
Do you want to play out the combat or just say for roleplay purposes that your character did a fight?
Just because I don't want to drag everybody
All right.
for a fight.
And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and put a force marker next to your nimbleness and a force marker next to your
Dagger. Just a
yes.
dagger.
And with this, I would like to quickly talk again about how leveling up and training works. I mentioned that you can spend 2 hours focusing on one of your skills that has a force marker next to it, at which point you will do a skill check to try and beat that. Now, when you do that skill check, you just have to roll higher than what this skill is. So for Dagger, you would do a normal nimbleness check, and you just need to roll 2 or more successes to level up. But to level up an action stat, you need to roll that action stat, and you need to get 1 more success than what it is. So to level up your nimbleness, you will need 11 successes total, which of course is very unlikely to happen because you need all of your successes plus a burst. That is where team training comes in. You see, let's say hypothetically that Amber wanted to level up their level 1 nimbleness because they had a force shard on it. Zana, you could, as a player with higher nimbleness, during the group's 2-hour training break, instead of training one of your own things, you can give pointers to Amber, giving her an advantage on her level up roll, making it more likely that she gets the level up and passes. Anybody who has a skill or attribute higher than somebody else can help that other person level up. So by spending time aiding each other, you can make each other all more powerful and on equal level with each other. Additionally, throughout the world, you can find specialists in certain fields and spend time with them training. In this case, you are training with a town guard, and I'm going to go ahead and say that while they're researching, you spend 2 hours doing this training. So would you rather try and roll to level up your dagger or your nimbleness skill? Dagger? So we're going to do a level 10 dagger nimbleness check because the dagger commonly is associated with nimbleness. And this is done at an advantage because the Castle Town Guard is helping you. So 5s are successes, and you just need 2 successes to level up. Well, there's 3 bursts. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -1 is 5. Now, it's worth noting, if you had gotten 6 successes here, that would have been a critical level up.
No.
And on a critical level up, you level up twice.
No,
Oh, wait a second. The
you said
5 is
5.
counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. -1. So to get a crit, you need to roll 5 higher than what was required. So in the case of a level 1 check, you need to roll a 6 to get a crit. Which you got, which means you had a critical level up, meaning you're not only going up 1 level, you're going up 2 levels to be a level 3 dagger user with the pointers that this guy is able to give you. Look at that. That's quite the boost right away. And real quick, on the flip side, if you crit fail on one of these, the force gem gets flipped upside down, and the next time you would place a level up marker on this, instead of placing a level up marker, you remove the upside down force gem. So getting critical fails on training slows down your leveling process. So, yeah, you had a very successful training session while everyone else was away. Huh. I gotta say, you're quite impressive. Not that I should be too surprised. From what I understand, you trained with those Gerudo warriors. I've heard they're some of the most fearsome fighters in all of Hyrule. If you want to give a run on...
What I am too.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, of course, that's what I am too.
Right, he pats your back. If you ever want to give a run on the obstacle course, feel free. And he points to the obstacle course, and that's just another training area. He will also just mention to you, and this is so all of you know it's here, in this lower area, you can also go and rest in their hot spring, which will help you fully refill stamina and hearts. You can visit their quartermaster for equipment, and they also have a large mess hall where you can get meals down here. And with that, we have finished your little training segment. Let me just switch the music out. Alright. And so, that was what Zana did while all of you were researching. With that, I assume you all are going to start moving out of the castle after having done the research, right?
Just safe assumption to make.
As you all go down, you're arriving just as Zana is finishing their training.
Hello, my friends.
Oh, I forgot to... I completely forgot to mention, Ruto had gone with the researching group and was there with reading with them. And, Darunia had come down and he was also doing a little bit of sparring down here. And while you were doing, like, some cool sword throwing stuff, Darunia was literally just punching a fucking boulder until it broke. So, as you all come down, he's giving that one last punch to, like, it was a big boulder, and you guys just see him punching a pile of gravel as you come down. You're all done doing that reading?
Yes.
Great. Does that mean we're ready to get going, or did you want to stop somewhere else in the castle first?
I look to the others.
I mean, I was personally hoping I could snag a weapon before we go. Seeing the kind of arms that y'all are fighting with, I feel a little underprepared.
The captain of the guard looks over. Is like, you can go through the first gatehouse and take the door at the edge of the hill, or at the edge of the ramp up. And that'll take you straight to the quartermaster. And I presume you all do that.
Yes.
There, sheeps.
Sheeps?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. I assume you're going with everyone to the armory?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as you all walk in the armory, you can see they have... they have set up on some mannequins off to the side, 2 different types of armor. Traveler's armor, which is primarily comprised of leather and gambeson. Gambeson being a sort of cloth that has thin sheets of metal woven into it to make it more durable. And heavy armor, which is just like full plate mail. You can also see that they have on display 3 different types of weapon. Well, they have swords, long swords, and I'm trying to think. Swords, long swords, spears, and bows. And they all very clearly come in 3 varieties that you can, or 4 varieties you can see. Some very simplistic looking weaponry. Some slightly more advanced looking weaponry, like the simple weapon is made out of what you can very tell is like a refined iron of some kind, and they have the most basic, like they're very clearly designed primarily to just be functional, quick to make weapons. And these are what would be classified as traveler weapons. The next level up is soldier gear. These are more refined, made out of a form of steel, and are more polished, more sharpened, and more nice and elegant in form. And then the last 2 you see are what are known as the royal weaponry and the royal... Or no, there wouldn't be royal weapons here. The last ones you see that they have a very small number of are the royal guard weapons, and these are made out of some sort of black metal with red trim. And they, again, have short swords, great swords, bows and spears. And as you go down, you can see a very large set, hairy man. Like, he's got, like, a thick head of curly hair. And he's wearing, like, a t-shirt with, like, he's so hairy you could mistake him for a Sasquatch, is the best way to describe this man. But his
Is
face...
he hairier than Dinah?
His face is perfectly clean shaven. He's not hairier than Dinah.
Thought so.
So as you all go down, he looks over and is like, "Ah, you must be the sages I heard, sage apprentices I heard about. Looking to get some equipment for your journey?"
Yeah, that's what we were hoping.
What are you interested in getting? I'm more than willing to give away any of our traveler gear free of charge. Oh, there's also shields, I should say. Any of our traveler gear free of charge, but I'm gonna have to ask for a little bit of recompensation if you get anything stronger. I only get so much given to me that I have, or so much budget given to me, and I need to outfit the entire Hyrulean military after all. It's my job to make sure that all of the money is distributed correctly. Basically, this is a way to get free low-level gear or pay for high-level gear.
I'm looking for some armor. Might be useful.
He looks up and down. You're probably gonna want to wear traveler's armor. And he goes over and starts to, like, you know, show you that it's like, you know, a series of leather straps or leather padding. Like, straight up imagine, like, leather football padding is a lot of what it is. And all underneath all of that, you would wear a gambeson tunic. And so he's showing it to you and showing you how you would put it on. And he's like, I'm more than willing to give that one to you for free.
How much would it be usually?
Usually, he scratches his chin. In the market, armor like this goes for around 50 rupees, or anywhere from 20 to 50 rupees, depending on the piece you're getting. This is what I'm gonna say. In universe, when you're buying equipment, it is broken down into head, torso, and leg slots. And I will do much the same here.
How much whole set?
I'm trying to think. So I'd probably be about 100 rupees for the full set of gambeson armor. Or traveler armor, he would call it. And I'm afraid I can't give you any nice dyed up armor here. You're getting the standard military colors, which the standard Hyrulean military is a sort of navy, like a navy blue shade. So the tunic is dyed a navy blue with red accents, and the leather is just brown leather.
How much money do I have?
You have, well, you have in your bag, hold on, 25 rupees, two 50s, a whole bunch of 20s, and or you have 3 50s, 4 50s, and a fuck ton of 20s. So you have at least 200 rupees.
Okay, I want to take out 100 and pay him for the armor anyway.
He sort of blinks in surprise. I told you could have it free.
Well, I don't feel right just taking something without paying for it.
He nods, thinking, what kind of weapons you like to use?
I like hammers.
I just realized I've been talking this whole time and nobody could hear me.
Oh, your mic was muted?
Oh
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's alright, just go on, give him your 100 rupees.
Big sort of blunt weapons.
I don't got anything like that, but he looks around and he's gonna grab a soldier's claymore, which the best way I can describe this, are you familiar with Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
He's basically pulling a Cloud Strife sword off the wall.
Bust
Now-
a sword?
It's worth noting in the world of Hyrule, Hylian's people as a whole are slightly stronger. It's just the way the series has always depicted things. Average humans can lift a Buster Sword.
Is it
Just long as
really
you have 5 athletics.
stronger than your gigantic hammer?
Well, let me look at the stats of a Knight's Greatsword.
As you're giving him this money that he would have given to you for free, Leaf is just like staring longingly at those 100 rupees that you just gave away.
The sword he's giving you would do 8 damage compared to the 6 of your hammer.
Holy shit.
Oh,
So he's pulling this down. He's like, here, give it a few swings. Make sure it feels good for you.
Wait, really?
I mean, you're giving me all this money when I said you could have the gear for free. It only seems
Yeah.
right to give you something to help supplement what you're getting.
Brian,
Oh, that's so
is her-
nice.
Or what was your
is
question?
her money and our money like in the same pot or like?
No, you each have your own money purse.
Oh, okay. Just make sure.
So Amber's gonna take the sword and give it a few like practice swings.
It's a lot heavier than your hammer, so it's gonna take a little getting used to if you're gonna use this, because the hammer you can just like swing without thinking too much about it, but this you have to sort of lean your weight with it, and he gives you a few pointers and points you over to a test dummy to give the test swings. Because I'm not expecting combat this session, I will put down the stats of the weapon for you in between sessions. But I'm just going to
Okay.
let you know right now, it is 8 damage, an athletics weapon, uses 2 hands, requires 5 athletics to wield, which you just barely have. And it has the special trait of when you miss an attack, you can spend one of your stamina to make another attack immediately for free.
Ooh.
And its charge
Okay.
attack is a spin attack where you can attack everyone in your immediate vicinity, as well as move to another stage as a free action, or move further along while doing the
Ooh.
attack. So you attack everyone in the zone you're in, and while doing the attack, you can move over like up to 5 feet, hitting more enemies.
That's so cool. And I
If so-
get this thing all because I wanted to pay for the armor?
Yep, he's given that weapon to you as a thing, basically, he's giving you the weapon, this weapon that you would have had to pay for. He's giving you a weapon of roughly equal value to the money you gave him for the armor, like meta-wise. But he's
Aw.
like, he doesn't feel good just taking the money when he was already offering you the armor for free, and knowing that, also knowing, that you're a sage's apprentice and that you're going on some kind of journey to help people. It's worth noting that most people don't know the details of your journey, but everyone in the castle knows you're all going off to do something important. So yeah, now you have this fucking huge fuck-off sword that you can get to carry around with you.
Amber just has the biggest smile on her face.
If somebody would like, feel free to Google search, Tears of the Kingdom Soldier's Greatsword and post the image in the Discord for them to see. I would do it, but I don't want to lag my computer out on stream. Honestly, I should have had Discord open. Alright, you know what? Hang on. I can... no, I don't want to slow things down. Somebody else do it and you'll get rewarded with a force point. Does anybody else want to ask about gear and getting gear? Oh, also, sorry. The Traveler's Armor. The Traveler's Armor provides 2 armor to everything you do. Again, I will write this down between sessions for you. So every attack is reduced in strength by 2 when you wear the or no, sorry, it's Actually, give me a second. Let me make sure I'm doing this right.
If it would send the fucking send the message, you dirty bitch.
Oh, thanks, Jade, because you really needed the you really needed the star points.
Mine finally sent.
Alright, hang on. Traveler's armor. I'm
How are
actually
they all
gonna...
different swords?
Wait, hang on, let me bring the Discord
What
down.
are they
Did
different?
you all post
I
different
got mine
swords?
off the fucking wiki.
I
Oh.
just Google searched mine.
You posted the Buster Sword.
I typed
I
in
got mine off
Soldier's
the wiki.
Greatsword.
Oh, the
Yeah, I'm.
Oh no, sorry, I was thinking Soldier's Claymore, not Greatsword. I forgot there's a difference between the Claymore and the Greatsword in the games. So they have Claymores and Greatswords.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, look
fuck this.
The difference between Sheeb's and Jade's is Jade's is
Yeah.
a rusted version of it that you can get in the
Okay.
games.
I'm like, wait, why do they look so different?
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'm gonna just leave the Discord visible on stream while I quickly check a thing. Where is the... I stand corrected. The Traveler's armor is actually... Hang on. Man, this is horribly formatted, the thing I'm looking at. 5, 10... it's actually providing 15 defense total.
Wow.
Which is... That's probably because... hang on, I'm going to change that slightly because in-game it provides 15, but I know I've made all of the weapons slightly weaker. So instead of 15 total, I'm going to take 2 points off of each set of armor. So now it's going to be 9 defense given to you. So all attacks on you do 9 less damage. Which is still significant. Like, if you consider the fact that the fucking big, awesome sword you have, the Knight's Claymore, does 8 damage plus whatever you roll. This armor makes you well defended against many foes. The plate mail would have done even more. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and see if I can't quickly find the thing and post it in the Discord.
Zana Berry's Fairy.
Here we go, the Knight's Claymore. I'm gonna post it in the Discord chat. Discord, work with me. That is the sword you were given.
Oh.
Oh. That's awesome.
That blade is like just shy of 4 feet long. For context.
I'm looking for the specific armor you've described.
They call it the Hylian tunic in the game, not the Traveler's armor. Let me get.
Oh, okay. It looks like that. Okay. Which is it's funny because from what I'm reading, to upgrade it, you need amber.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a different upgrading system than what the games do.
I just thought it was funny that one of the things you need to upgrade it in the game is amber.
Do you really
Amber.
not get it, Brian?
What's up?
Oh.
And so here's some pictures of the Hylian armor set. Yours is colored like the one on the far left, except it doesn't have the cloaked hood. So you know it's like the blue shade with all the leather patches on top, and it's got the pants underneath is the blue pants from the one on the far right. And instead of a hood, what they've given you is a you know those hats you wear in the wintertime that go down and cover your ears?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, but it's instead of a fur layer on the inside, it's a leather layer on the inside.
Mm.
There we go. So that's the gear you just got. Now, of course, the question is, does anybody else want to ask for equipment?
Okay, I think I've been kind of racking my brain a bit, and I think I would really like a bow. problem is I have like a few different things that I think I would want for Dinah. But the main things I've got are like armor, I think a bow, and I know that I want a melee weapon for her, but I don't know if any of the ones here are what she wants.
I also just realized a quick note, Amber, you are not trained in the use of the claymore, so you don't get the charge attack or the special attack bonus on it. You only get the raw stats of 8 damage when you wield it until you're trained in it.
Okay.
So it's still an 8 damage weapon, making it stronger than your hammer. It's just less.
Yeah.
You can do more with the hammer, and both of them
Can
are
I
two-handed
train in it?
weapons. Yes, you can find somebody to train you in it. Here in the castle, you can have somebody train you in it.
Okay. I want her to go do that immediately after she gets it.
Okay.
She has a new toy. She wants to go play with it.
So, Dinah, you wanted to get a
Hell
bow?
Yeah, for
What did you want? He looks at you, he says, a regular bow or a crossbow?
what's the difference?
Well, he sort of chuckles. This is one of the traditional bows. You know, he pulls out the big bow that's like the stick strung together. In order to fire it, and he pulls the string. You pull this, and you release, and you do that as many times as you want to fire. A crossbow, on the other hand, and he goes over to the side, he pulls out the crossbow, which you can see is like, it's got a hole, it's the same bow shape, but there's a big mechanism sticking out from the way you hold it. Instead of holding like the normal bow, he holds it by that mechanism. He's like, these ones are designed with a much stronger draw, so you would never be able to pull the string with just your hands. And then he looks at you up and down. Well, maybe you could, but... He starts to crank it to pull it back. You would load this before combat, and he gets it loaded, and the string is held in place until, and he pulls the trigger, making it, release, and he's like, these fire with a lot more force. But some of the more traditional archers argue that you aren't able to get as many attacks off as quickly. Basically, the big difference a crossbow has is it's more damage, but you need to do a reload action every other turn. Whereas a bow, you can just fire every turn. It's the latest feat of it's the latest feat of Sheikah engineering right here, and he pats the bow, the crossbow.
Is Zana eventually show up and like, I need more arrows?
Oh, you're here with them. Don't worry.
I need arrows.
Your bow can only hold up to 20 arrows, and you already have a full quiver.
I want more arrows.
Sorry, he looks at you and he's like, sorry, we can't really spare extra quivers for nothing.
It's not for nothing.
I can upgrade your quiver for... He scratches his chin. How's 25 rupees sound?
Okay. You got deal.
Alright. 20 and a 5. You're gonna, do you want to give up a 20 and a 5, or do you want to pay through some other means?
20 and 5 is fine.
Alright. So, we're gonna raise your arrow capacity from 20 to 40.
I have buried leaf.
Okay.
What?
Why have you buried Leaf?
I
On the
cannot wait to
board.
see what you mean.
Oh. I see what she means.
Oh my god!
Get me out of here!
Leaf's trying to break free.
You can try, Leaf, but the odds are not in your favor.
So in game, what does this look like?
I don't know if anything actually happened in game. Yeah, he takes a quiver and he is gonna like spend some time working on it to make it hold more. Dinah, did you want the bow or the crossbow?
I think Dinah would like the crossbow.
All right.
Partly because Xana already has a bow, partly also for the emphasis on damage. I think would be good.
So, for context, the crossbow does 5 damage, is a nimbleness or observation skill check, can be shot with one hand, and do you have any training in a bow? I don't think you do.
No.
So you aren't able to use the special effects of the bow, but you can still wield it and attack with it, unless you want to go and try and train as well.
I think I would like to train in a bit, but I also want to know if there's any what the prices are for armor as well.
Well, the Traveler's armor, he's more than willing to outfit you with for free. If you want to get the Knight's plate mail, he looks at you for a moment. Yeah, it's definitely gonna cost. We'll have to put some effort into reforging some.
Okay. How much would it be?
Ooh, okay. I'm trying to think. For a full set of plate armor, he would charge you 50, 50, 75 would be 175. 175 rupees.
Oh.
Which I do believe you have. Because there's a few 20s in there. There's at least 150. Okay, let's see if you even have that. So that's one. That's 125. That's another... I said 175, so 25.
Yeah.
30, 40, 50, 60. So yeah, you do have 175 rupees in there if you want to spend that money. You guys haven't even left the castle yet still. But it would leave you with 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75. You would be left with only 75 if you wanted a full set of plate mail. It's worth noting the chest plate is 50 rupees, while the head and boots are 25 rupees a pop. And actually, hang on. I'm gonna quickly do some Googling of something. So, if you wear a full matching set of a certain armor, you do get a bonus of some kind with some of them. I'm checking if the Knight's armor has something.
I gotcha. Also, I appreciate you doing this much research for this.
Yee. I put a lot of effort into this campaign. If you have the full set of the Royal Guard's armor, it is your charge attacks will roll with advantage. Yeah, performing a charge attack will roll with advantage.
Do I have anything that can charge attack right now?
Every weapon, if you are trained in it, can charge attack. In the case of your... where is it? What do you have for a weapon right now? Whoops. Oh, you don't have a weapon other than bombs, which don't have a charge attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, you do not have anything that charge attacks. Nope. Now, if you got the bow and trained in the bow, you can do charge attacks with the bow, and a charge attack with a bow is that, the attack rolls with advantage, because you're more likely to hit, it's basically you're locking in, more or less, is what the charge is when you're using a bow. But because if you're wearing the full set of knight's armor, which also gives advantage, you'd roll 2 levels of advantage on your charge attacks when wearing the knight's armor. But you roll disadvantage on feats of nimbleness and stealth that aren't weapon related.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, no. On all nimbleness, including weapon-related ones, which means the knight's armor actually cancels out its own effect on nimbleness weapons. So, which it makes sense mechanically, because the knight's armor is meant to be worn by people who are wielding big, heavy weapons. It would, because if you're wielding the bow, you would apply the knight's armor bonus of charge attack boost to get advantage, and then receive the knight's armor heavy armor debuff because it's a nimbleness weapon. You're applying a disadvantage, meaning it rolls like normal.
Huh.
Now, alternatively, you can just get the Hylian armor, or the traveler's armor. I mean,
yeah. I think I'll get the traveler's armor.
all right.
I think I would like the crossbow, and I would also like a melee weapon as well, just so Dinah has a melee weapon, given that she doesn't have one right now.
Sword, great sword, great sword, claymore, or spear. If you want a stat rollout of each of those, let's see here. The claymore does he'd be giving you the traveler's equivalent of each of these. The claymore would be 6 damage. The great sword would be 4. The sword would be 3. The spear would be 3 damage. And the, that's all the melee weapons. The great sword and the spear are both two-handed weapons. Sorry, the claymore and the spear are both two-handed weapons. The great sword and the sword are one-handed weapons.
Okay,
Also, just gonna real quick. I'm taking some notes to remind myself of something. Continue. You go and talk.
I mean, sorry, I'm having a hard time trying to choose things to buy, and I feel bad because I feel like I'm completely stalling out the session for this.
Oh, you're fine. While you're thinking, does anybody else think they want something? You got the crossbow, you said, right? Dinah? Or was it a normal bow?
I need to reconsider that again. Sorry.
Yeah, you take your time thinking. Zana, were you gonna ask about things? The biggest benefit you could get is, where is it? I believe you have somewhere in your training, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait.
Yeah, all one-handed weapons are treated you have the dual wield trait, so you can get a second weapon, one-handed weapon here to complement your Gerudo scimitar if you wanted. He'd be more than willing to just give you a traveler's sword.
Yes.
Which is like a 2-foot-long iron blade with a very basic design.
That's like almost half my size.
Well, a lot of the others are 3 to 4. I'm spelling wrong.
Oh, your blades are so long. But this is okay. I will take the mighty weapon to be part of my arsenal, please.
Yeah, so he'll give you that. They also have shields, like I said, if anybody wanted to grab one of those. I'm taking notes, and in between sessions, I will give you guys these pieces of equipment.
Only thing I could think of is getting leather armor for it.
Alright,
Reason
You want a set of traveler's armor?
if it's leather.
It's a mix of leather and gambeson, but if you want to, for roleplay reasons, say you only take the leather bits and ignore the gambeson tunic, I will allow you to do that and keep it the same level of defense.
Please, because I don't need metal. It'll be dangerous
Alright.
for reasons I've been told.
Leaf, do you want to try and ask for any weaponry or armor?
Look at me. What am I gonna do?
Well, you could try and ask him and see if he has anything in your size.
Well, this seems like a wasted opportunity. So, do you have anything the size of 6-inch? What am I at now? 8mm.
Yeah. He looks at you. If you want armor, I'm sure I could throw some scraps together to fit ya. As for weapons... Hang on a moment. And he goes over and he opens a drawer where you can see there's some broken weaponry that is like stored for repair. And he digs through and he's gonna pull out like a piece of metal and like use leather to attach a handle to it. What kind of weapon would you want?
I didn't really think I'd get this far.
I can make you a bow on your skill if you'd like. Actually, I think I got a slingshot somewhere.
Sling.
From when I was a wee lad. Do you want his slingshot?
I'd have to be able to lift the rock. Unless you have one for pebbles.
Fair. I'd have to make you armor and weapons the size of a minish.
You know, I think I'll just wait to see what they have at the apothecary. I'm not. I don't think I'm very good with weapons. And as a fairy, I don't really see much use in clothes.
The fairies do wear clothing.
Yeah, but not much.
I mean, in universe, they tend to wear like silk like dresses and stuff.
Okay, all right, never mind.
So
forget what I said then.
I believe you have fine clothing. You have a little tuxedo from a doll that you can wear. Or are you wearing a dress from a doll?
It really depends on what Amber has for a doll. So I'm gonna let her be the judge of that.
Alright. Diana, have come to a decision.
Oh, yep. So I would like traveler's armor.
Alright.
Traveler's bow. So regular bow.
Okay.
And then just one check through for the weapons. Which action stats does each one use?
Oh, that is a very good point.
I think that is going to influence which one I pick.
Let's see here.
Also, what does a regular bow use, if I may ask?
Oh, the regular bow is nimbleness or observation. Same goes for the crossbow.
Alright, cool.
A spear is a nimbleness weapon. The basic sword is a nimbleness or athletics. The great sword is athletics or nimbleness. The claymore is only athletics. As the weapons get bigger, they tend to, small weapons I usually do nimbleness, mid weapons are nimbleness or athletics, and the biggest are only athletics, is the general scale it follows.
Gotcha. Okay, so I think I'm gonna want
So for
Armor.
you, anything but the spear really would work.
Yeah, so I think I'd like armor, a great sword, and a bow.
All right. All right. And that's all you're getting? You're getting traveler's versions of all of them for free, right?
Yeah, I'll get traveler's versions of all of them, and I'm going to leave a 50 rupee tip to the shopkeeper for his patience.
He raises an eyebrow at that. He's like, you sure you don't want an upgrade in your gear for that? Basically offering to let you upgrade one of these from a traveler's version to a knight's version for the tip. Alright, actually, he's not even gonna ask. As you leave the tip, he raises an eyebrow, and he's gonna put back the traveler's sword and replace it with a knight's sword. Without even saying anything.
I deeply appreciate that.
It's worth noting that the bow also comes in the the knight and royal guard varieties.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, he gives you all of that equipment. Nice. So I have all of this noted down. I will do it in between sessions for all of you. Anything else you want to ask this guy for, or are you all gonna finally leave the castle?
Thank you for your
I'm ready to go.
services.
All right.
We go to thing now. You do good.
So you all begin to make your way out of the castle, and that is gonna be the end of this week's episode.
What? I want to talk to my friends.
It has been 2 hours. If you guys want to have a quick conversation, you can. But I cannot believe we've gone Listen, for session 1, I prepared the castle town, all of the stuff in it. And then we didn't do it, and I was like, alright, I'll get ahead of things, you know, I'll be a little bit prepared. So I had the entire road leading to the Zonai Academy prepared, which you are no longer going to.
Oh, no.
Which is okay, because I'll need all of that space prepared in the future anyway. But yeah, I got plenty of prep time is what I'm learning here. Which of note, do you guys know where you're going when you leave Castletown yet, now that you've translated these scrolls?
I don't know anything.
So this is actually, you all should discuss what your plans are beyond shopping, because Osvala, he has her all against it. He's like, well, now that we're properly equipped, we should discuss what we were able to translate in the library.
Wait, you
Can we at
can't
least
leave
do it
in the
outside the
library?
castle?
What? What'd you say, Leaf?
Can we do it outside the castle?
This is as you guys are walking down the hill. Because it's a bit of a road leading out.
Right. What did you say, Sana?
Zana was saying, like, you guys translated something?
Yes, our little friend here was quite helpful with it. Motioning
You
to,
call me Leaf.
yes, Leaf helped us translate the scrolls. So, you know, you've got all of these... So, you know the scrolls are supposed to guide you on where to find the Triforce of Wisdom. What you've ended up with is 9 hard-to-understand phrases.
It's not that hard, actually. Wasn't that difficult?
If I had to guess
I
anything...
perch on top of one of Zana's antennae and kind of use my weight to tilt down right in front of her face and show her the leaf translations that I was able to write down.
If I had to make a guess at anything, these are probably describing locations in Hyrule. It's interesting that they seem to avoid using regional names outside of Faron. Clearly, they wanted to be sure that whoever had to read these would know where to look, even if the names changed. But that does leave us with the question of where any of these could be. If we could find somebody to make maps for us, perhaps you could use maps to help us identify. But beyond that, it's just traveling Hyrule and looking for signs.
A cartographer.
Exactly. There may be one in Castletown that could help us. A lonely tree sounds promising, and there's a few lakes in Hyrule, but the biggest one that comes to mind is Lake Hylia. He's scratching his chin, looking through the translations. Anyone that mentions Farron is as simple as that. What were you gonna say, Leaf?
I was actually just going to bring up that two of them were located in Farron.
So heading that way first could be beneficial, all the way at the southern end of the kingdom. Maybe we'd find more clues that would help us understand the others better.
Us two of us are already familiar with that place.
Does anyone know what a Satori is?
Satori Mountain. It's located within one of the national parks at the edge of Hyrule Field.
Good question.
I believe it's considered part of Western Hyrule officially. It's interesting that the name dates back so very far. So looking around that park might give us some help. Snakes swimming and the tears of Hylia. Hylia being the goddess could mean a lot of things, but swimming does make me think either Lake Hylia or the Hylian River.
Is there a river that starts right outside a statue of her? Maybe it pours right out of her eyes or something?
That's a good question. A majority of the rivers come from the Rito River, correct? He looks to the Zora River, I mean, correct? He looks to Ruto. Yes, almost every single river in Hyrule has its source in Zora's domain. A handful of others do drip out of caves and such in mountains, so we could try and check one of them, or we could check some of them. I believe every river in Hyrule is interconnected, which would make it very easy for us to just hug the riverbanks and look for a source. Though, I can't think of anything involving snakes. She sort of shudders at that. Blizzard's Gaze meeting is quite a curious one. And it does occur to you, Amber, that the Zonai Academy was built on some ancient ruins, and there's many statues of lizards, owls, and boars there. And in the Farron jungle near your home, which you would occasionally go into, there's the same thing: loads of statues of lizards, owls, and boars. So one of those places does, in your head, tickle a possibility.
Well, I'm thinking of two places that could have some significance.
And that is?
Well, there's the Academy. They've got a whole lot of statues. Never knew what they were for.
Oh.
And the forest near my home.
Oh.
Same thing. Loads of statues. Never knew what they were for. No one ever went out there, really.
Then that's potentially 3 locations in Farron.
We'll have to explore all of the ruins we find in that area. Where the wise ones are the sages.
Mott is a whip.
Where the wise ones are the sages rest. If we're going south anyway, we could go to the Great Plateau. That's a holy site, and wise ones resting there makes sense, especially in the Abbey. Though some of those buildings or many of the buildings there are old. In fact, it's where Hyrule was founded, so maybe some of them serve the same purpose all the way back in the ancient times. Where woods and forests meet death and water could mean a few things. Darunia, a few things? It must mean Death Mountain. He motions to the inactive volcano in the distance. It got its name since it was a volcano, and if it surely would have been active in ancient times. I bet you it rests in one of the rivers that run close to the volcano. Good call, dear Darunia. And of course, the line mentions Pharaon, and then the last one is... Death was born where the rock sees or stares. A vague one. Probably something that held much more significance to their people. I appreciate you updating the notes in the Discord as this goes, Jade.
Oh my god,
I'm trying. I also have definitely missed at least one or two.
All good.
things
These are
during the
conversations
discussion.
that can be had again.
It sounds underground.
So, from the sound of it, we all may be heading to... hang on, what was that you just said, Zana?
It sounds like it's underground.
Oh dear.
Where Roxy's?
Yeah.
I've never been to the depths. I don't think anyone here has. Oh!
I've never been outside of
Sloth just
Hebrew.
raided with 3 viewers.
Oh, I just got a raid!
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello,
Oh,
Mr. T.
Alright, where?
We're doing a Legend of Zelda themed tabletop campaign. The group is currently working out a puzzle they got.
Yes, I remember.
Just followed.
You're... But yeah, they, words. Thank you for the follow also. Hang on, who just followed? Mercrophius? I cannot pronounce that. I'm so sorry.
What a first impression.
But yeah, they, he nods along a little bit. He's like, one of these being in the depths would be, very difficult. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For right now, it sounds like most of the ruins we're looking for may be found in the Faron jungle, or at least the
What
greater
bridge?
Faron region. It's a turn of phrase. Hello, Mer.
I look at Amber,
Hello, T-Wolf.
like to see if he's talking absolute bollocks.
About the turn of phrase.
What was the turn of phrase? Oh, I
He said
wasn't
we'll
really
cross
paying
the-
attention.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
That sounds about right.
So there is no bridge.
Well, we will be crossing the Hylian Bridge to get back to Pharaon. Or to get down to Pharaon. You're reminded of when you crossed it to go to the Zonai Academy all those years ago. You haven't been back home since you left to go to the Academy. And now it sounds more and more like the group is heading right back to where you grew up, Amber.
Yay. Go.
Yay.
Alright. And so, with that, we now know where the group is going. So, next session, we will finally be leaving Hyrule Castle. Quick question to the players. Do you guys want to go another 2 hours of gameplay?
No.
Right now?
Yeah, right now?
No.
Yeah, I assume not because
I'm
it's so late.
tired.
So yeah, we're going to be wrapping up the stream and the episode there, but Twitch people don't go because I'll be talking more in a moment. Yee, it's a very fun campaign. But yeah, so those of you watching on the YouTube upload, this is where this episode's going to end. And like I said, next time they have to leave the castle. They're literally on the bridge. We're getting advanced next time, I promise. 2 whole episodes in the castle, jeez. Hope you've all been enjoying. And cards appearing in a moment. Love y'all very, very much, and ta-ta for now.
Bye.